It's the fourth round of the season for the BBB Racing European Challenge. We're combining a total of 9 leagues together from all over Europe, North America, and all over this world. This is the Champion Series, 2.677 miles, 15 turns in total, will lead us around this fantastic Sao Paulo circuit, Interlagos, or the Autodromo Juan Carlos Palace. And this is how the standings look after the first 4 races of the season as well. Here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, F1 Linus leads the way on 69 points. On 52, TNE, Honda M1. Warwick's Rage is on 36 points as well. Persassin doing really well at the moment for the PRL, but they're not going to be joining us this weekend. There are 2 new leagues joining us in replacement for some of the teams this weekend as well. The Constructors' Championship, GSP leading the way numerous times as well from TNE, 94 points to 58. The question of the hour is, can anyone beat them here at the wonderful Brazilian Grand Prix venue of Sao Paulo? And welcome up to the commentary box. A bit of a different venue at the moment. That's because we've been covering pre-season testing on one of the other channels for Formula One, so everything's set up slightly differently, at least for this week at least. But welcome up. We've still got the same running order as expected, a 50% race distance, an 18-minute qualifying session coming up. Parc Fermé is still firmly on, so once the drivers have selected their method of the car's really going forward for their setup, they can't change it going forward. The damage is reduced as well, just to make sure we don't have any massive accidents, and out of the race goes some cars. If you're watching earlier on my YouTube channel when we tried some esports as well, full damage is a nightmare to even complete a lap. So top dog for all these guys to venture out on the circuit for a 50% race. Now, a few interesting changes as well, as we're going to have to go to the director of the formation of the channel to tell you what's going on, because we have got another couple new leagues. Now, PLR are not going to make it for this week. Red Bulls this week are changing. They are now Vapor Racing League from now on, so the VRL League. The previous team pulled out, unfortunately, so that is unfortunate. Going down the order as well, the last team is the RSG. They'll be taking Renault, so welcome aboard. Finally, we filled that Renault seat back at the grid, so welcome on board to the 2 new leagues, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun here today. I can see that Dust Hamilton is on, as well as is that Milo Rocks on the screen as well in one of the Renaults just in front of me in the commentary box. We'll get on to them in just a few moments' time as well. In terms of the calendar, we've already done racing in Austria, Canada and Italy. 3 races, 3 absolute crackers, delivering us with more excitement as we go along. This weekend, it's the Brazilian Grand Prix here on the 14th of March. On the 21st, in a week's time, it's Bahrain, a week before the Formula 1 season starts. Then we go to Hungary, Japan, China, Belgium, and the British Grand Prix at Silverstone 2 rounds out on April the 25th. Now, 10 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. here, GMT in the UK. And I'm just getting word as well, we can take a look at the lobby, how it stands now, which is fantastic. And here it is, right in front of us at the moment. This is how they look, ready to go out on the track. The lobby beginning to form up. There you can see Ali, who's our along with me spectating. Ali's the big boss, and if you're watching on my YouTube channel, I had him on as a guest as well, and honour to have him on. And there's me. There's my username. If you want to get in touch on PlayStation, Joshua Bird Jeff 1, and that's what it is on the PSN network. Dusk Hamilton and Milo Rocks, it looks like, is the 2 Renault entries. F1 Linus, the championship leader, still there, ready to go. Tierney Top Gun as well for Williams. Benny Calac in the Mercedes for BBB. Desepsky for GSP. Currently joining as well as we prepare to go green, green, green in a few moments' time as we get ready. Get all your comments in as well on the chat. We want to see and hear from everybody as well. So if we fade back using a lovely split screen, we can have a conversation with some of us. Seymour says, let's go. We are a new team with Renault. Team RSG as well. Does Hamilton will sneak on the podium. Mark my words. Excuse me a minute. I'm going to sneeze. How unprofessional, but it's going to be fun. You get anything on a live broadcast, don't you? That's when it comes as well. If you've been watching on Joshua Birch, motorsport journalist as well, my own YouTube channel, the F1 Testing, you know why there's a bit skitty to the commentary so far today. We'll talk about more in a minute. Mainly also because we've done 8 hours of commentating over the last 3 days, adding up to a total of 24, which is absolutely fantastic stuff. And we have to talk about as well the sad death of Murray Walker. Murray, a major figure in Formula One over the past 50 years, 60, 70 years even. A major part in my life as well, in terms of broadcasting, and a special tribute to Murray. I hope you'll all join me in saying, when those 5 red lights go out at the start of this race, in about half an hour's time, there's only one thing we can say. Go, go, go. And I'll give it my best Murray as well, as a tribute to the great broadcaster. Want to get in touch as well? I want to know your memories of Murray throughout. I want to know who you think's going to win, who's going to take pole position, all the usual crash bang wallop stuff. Already, actually, we've got on here as well. Seymour, as he said, saying Dust Hamilton will sneak onto the podium. And CB Eclipse Fire Coupe debut race. Yes, joining the lobby at the moment as well. It's coming up to 1:45. We've got 7 of the cars in at the moment already. 9 of the 22 allowed into the lobby. Obviously, 2 is me and Ali. So we'll have to wait to see how long this is going to take to fill up the grid. Hopefully not too long. I think we can go split vision now, actually, which is fantastic. Et voila, the split vision. And everyone asking, well, where's your headset and microphone? At the moment, my headset is down here ready to put on, but everything's been set up for the Formula One broadcast that I know quite a lot of you tuned in over the past 3 days, which means a lot. So on the Joshua Birch Motorsport Journalist channel, we're hopefully going to try and simul broadcast the races on here as well on BBB. So it'll be a shared broadcast, and I'm going to absolutely love that as well, to get all your inputs into the commentary as well. Let's have a look at the moment. Andrea says, nice broadcast, love your work. NFL Media says, Warrex is going to grab pole position. That's a good call. I have all yours on the iPad at the moment. Everybody telling me what's going to happen. I want to know. Get in touch. I want to know everything. What you think about Formula One, the pre-season testing we've just had, and how it looks like Mercedes is off the pace, Verstappen looking quite quick, even Tsunoda doing something good at the end. I want to know what you think about the eSport Leagues and the Champions Series as well. Who's going to win? And if you support your own local series as well, I want to know who is top dollar in your series so we can promote across everybody. 9 leagues increased up to 10. 2 sadly have dropped out, but even though still, I think that's an amazing amount of running as well. What happened to your broadcast headset? It's nothing. It's right here. Right here, but as I said, everything has been set up for Formula One. So when we do the pieces to camera at the moment, the handheld mic and the earpieces are the only thing that will work. When we switch over to the commentary mode, when I flick a couple of buttons, it will be on for the headset. So it's just for this week. Everything looks slightly different. But it'll all be back to normal for the next race, I promise you that. But I've got 2, actually. This headset here is the co-commentators, the Audio Technicas, and alongside I've got another one on the other side of the desk for myself, because everyone's COVID protected as well. We don't share headsets, and over here a third headset as well in case one of them fails, and we have a third commentator in the box, and this one as well, this handheld mic. It's perfect for just getting going, just getting started as well. Let's take a closer look at the lobby and enjoy as well as it's beginning to fill up. Quite a lot of them getting onto the track now, all ready to go. It's 8 cars. Jasepski's back in with the racing points at the moment. That's the great thing about it. Just having a look down on the chat as well below. NFL Media says, okay, Josh, yep. That's what's happened to it. It'll be back momentarily, and it's just for the setup broadcast. It's just a lot easier at the moment, and moving around the box. Believe me, it's all been set up for Formula One. King Kujek, hopefully nice and fair race order. Looks to be 10 cars in at the moment, all ready to go on the track. As not used to using a handheld microphone at the moment, after spending the past 24 of the broadcast hours we've done with the headset on. So it's actually quite nice to have a little bit of freedom with the handheld, but not really used to it. I prefer if it was wireless, actually. What you can't see is if you look at the back here, just to interact with everybody you know, because I know you do like to know what goes on in the broadcast, and we've got a little bit of time. I've got a lead here, which is connected up to our transmitter, and that's dangling around and pulling my earpieces around, and the microphone is on a lead that's attached to my belt buckle as well, so really are all wired in, and hopefully it should be a quick changeover as well. What is the Instagram of BBB? It's at BBB Racing as well. On Instagram, the same, and you can find it on my followers list, and that's at Joshua Birch 99 as well. It'll be on there as well, so drop a follow on Twitter, the same username going forward. BBB Racing 1, I think they've already replied. Isn't that nice as well going forward? And if I can get to the last one, Gibson saying, Josh, you legend. Thank you very much for that as well. Thank you. It means a lot. Trust me, after 3 days of testing Formula One cars and wearing a headset for 8 hours a day, it means an awful lot that I've got the love of these people watching on as well. So we're almost ready. 12 cars in the lobbies. You can see alongside me in the split screen. No interview this week. For one very good reason, because I've done 7 interviews in the past 3 days with my co-commentators, and there wasn't enough time to get one sorted. But next week there'll be as well loads of interviews. Are there teams still available? It looks like we've got all of them filled actually, because Renault was filled as well at the moment. Why was what was the long commentary? Well, I covered in watch-along format the all 8 hours a day of Formula One's pre-season testing. That's on my YouTube channel, Joshua Birch, Motorsport Journalist, where we cover Formula One watch-alongs. I had guests on throughout the motorsport world, and including our own director of Ali, who was a bit hesitant to come on, but I wanted him on. He spends all his time behind getting everything set up brilliantly. He's responsible for the graphics and the order of everything as well, and it was just an honour to have him on the broadcast as well. And hopefully, as I said at the beginning of the show, we're hoping to find a way that we can simulcast on the YouTube channel and on BBB Racing as well for the watch-along races, so we get the best of both worlds and get everybody involved. And I'm hoping that can be sorted for the opening race of the season for Formula One at the Bahrain Grand Prix. It might involve a different thing going on. Gibson saying, let's go TNE, Top Gun and Speedy Mo as well. Let's take a look at that as well. Is TNE Honda M1 not racing at the moment? Where is Honda? Watch your YouTube, Joshua Birch, Motorsport Journalist. That is it. Joshua Birch, Motorsport Journalist. And you'll find it on there. There's a link on my Instagram as well, at Joshua Birch 99, and hopefully, as well as I said, we'll cross-platform going forward in the next couple of weeks and get all that sorted so we can do that. If not, as well, we'll just have to continue broadcasting on one and then telling about it on the other. And we promoted a lot of BBB on YouTube as well over the past 8 days as well. So welcome to all our new viewers who might have followed us over from that broadcast of testing. Especially a special hello to Edward Hunter, I think, is watching this evening as well. Last week, the standings was not working. I hope it's working today. Yeah, we've got the standings. We had that at the beginning of the show. You have my permission to rewind back and have a look at the top of the show what the order looks like and get that all written down. We've changed that way that it was broadcast as well, so that the introduction's all at the beginning. I do my pre-show segment bits, and then we'll just fade straight into qualifying and get going out there as well. Thanks for the subscription on the YouTube channel I've just seen as well. Is that Alex? Yes, Axe. I apologise. I better put my glasses on for the commentary. Axe Lino says GSP. as well. When's the qualifying start? Asked King Kudrek. Well, we've got 14 cars of the 20 at the moment ready in the lobby, so we're almost set to go. No sign at the moment of Honda M1 though, so if you lot from the TNE can tell me please where he is at the moment, I'd love to know, because he's not appearing on my monitor at the moment. Now, quick rundown of all of the settings. The category, that's set to F. In fact, we better go full screen here so you can see, and I'm not just talking to nobody. So the category, as you can see, is set to F1 2020. They've got no practice officially in this race league because they should have already been practicing before we went on. In terms of qualifying, that is a single session, 18 minutes. Race distance is at 50%. Car performance, that's set to equal, just so we don't have any of the issues that we used to face as well, with Williams stuck at the back and the league's feeling a little bit underdepreciated. So car performance at equal. Starting grid, that's obviously set by qualifying. The safety car is on. That means VSC and full safety car can come out at any time as well. Collisions on, vehicle damage though is reduced, and that's for a reason. Because the last thing you want to see, the last thing I want to see, is a car out of the race due to contact, which can happen due to lag, due to a car coming back on the track, or due to just a simple concentration error. We don't want to see that. We want to see these guys racing for as long as possible to find out who the best of the best is. In terms of Parc Fermé rules, well, they are kept on as well. So as soon as the cars leave for pit lane, they are really stuck with what they've got for the setup in terms going forward in the race. So that means they really have got to do the practice before, save the setup and download it to their car straight away. In terms of the corner cutting, well, that is set to strict, and it's been an absolute delight as well, because there's been so many different penalties in the past 3 races already. Car setup, that's full, as I said, so the drivers have got full control over what exactly the settings of the car is, but they have to do that at the start of qualifying. Ghosting is turned off, so if a car spins in the middle of the track, we will see cars having to avoid it as to not get damaged. Rules and flags are on as always, so we get the yellow flags and the safety cars and the rules as well for the penalties. And, of course, the race starts are on the manual. Otherwise, what is the point of an esport league? We've got comments coming through as well. If I pick up the iPad after saying that as well. Take a look. It's hard. Let's take a look back forward. We've got quite a lot coming through as well. I'll go back up going forward. Here we go. Last week, the standards were not working. GSP. FE says NFL Media. GSP says Killer Craggle. Oh, Brazil, says Biggles Pit Lane. Yes, we're racing at Brazil, Sao Paulo. Jaden, hello. Hello. Welcome to the broadcast. Desepsky, GSP. Well, you're in the lobby ready to go, aren't you, at the moment? Biggles says, hey, Josh, do you know about the lonely palm tree on turn 9? I do. I was talking about that actually a couple of years ago under the red flag down at turn 9 as well, under the red flag. I think I was hearing it from Crofty, who's our British commentator. Good evening as well from Jaden, F1 Linus, Mon Meister. That means hello. I hope it does. Take a look for it inside the barriers at turn 9. Well, I'll certainly take a look at turn 9 and see if it's on the game as well. I know it's there in real life, actually, so I've seen it before. Dusk Collins says, go Malone Rocks, who is back on. He's in the Renault team in the new league, so welcome to all our new viewers as well going forward. Killer Karate as well at the moment going well. Killer Craig as well after Linus, Alter Linus, so I can't read that unfortunately because it's in a different language. I do apologise, but I'm presuming it's going to go racing as we've got 12 of the 16 cars ready up as well in the league, so I'll hurry up. We're going through. Gibson says, not sure about Honda. I believe he missed TNE Nationalist, so I hope everything is okay. Okay too as well. Everyone getting ready to go, and qualifying is ready and set to get underway. So I'm going to switch over to the broadcast headset and get ready for qualifying. Here it is. We await the start of qualifying, and the green light is on. And qualifying is underway for the 2021 season for the BBB Original Series. And hopefully the cars are straight out onto the track. And hopefully they're going to have an absolutely fantastic time going forward. Because who doesn't want to have a fantastic time in the league as well? Because it is a classic. It is amazing to see what they can do in this incredible league, as well as the cars not really ready to head out onto the track straight away. A few people out there just waiting to see exactly what type of, not errors they can make, but exactly what conditions the track is going to be in, as it looks quite damp out there already. So I don't know if you're hopefully seeing the same pictures I am up here in the commentary box, which is showing certainly an unusual run of cars currently not in the pit lane, as I'm delighted that unfortunately when I just took off my headset there, my little earpiece, it fell on the floor and actually broke into a little piece, but luckily I've managed to repair it. So tech skills on Josh, eh? Get that as a hashtag going in the broadcast. No one's in a hurry to head out to the track, so they're all taking this opportunity now to, as I said earlier, really set up their cars as ASAP. No one really wanting to go out. GSP, however, is certainly one. And Red Bull heading out onto the track as well. In that new league, TNE replaced Honda at the moment. So don't mention him a lot, okay? I won't, don't worry. Formation lap is on, don't worry. Going on it as well. Success Rage as well, going forward in the group chat. Voted on GSP. Yes, please do get in touch. We want to hear everything for who you think is going to be the top league in this series. Let's ride on board as we come out of turn 5 and 6. Up the hill towards Fedora. And let's ride on board and listen for a second. Many people in the chat are saying wet race coming. I can see it on the iPad in front of me. Success Rage, Melon Rocks is so bad apparently according to Dustin Collin. There's none of that. We haven't seen him race. I'll see what he's like on my own. Thank you very much. I'm sure everyone else would join me in wishing him a good race going forward as well. Let's take a look. Let's go, boys. Vote TNE. BBB putting the intermediate tyres. It looks dry at the moment as we ride on with wet race coming, says BBB Racing 1. So that's going to be a dramatic one with a wet race condition. Duskin Collins says he's equal with Ragunathan. Oh dear. Let's see what it looks like going forward. A poll is going on and I want your opinion. Which team do you support? Choose vote BBB, GSP, TNE as well. With the new leagues coming in, WCR, Velocity, FE, TRL, RSG as well. We want to know all of your opinions going forward. Everyone just accelerating out on the track at the moment. This is the first time as we'll get all of the graphics open for you, so you know everything. As F1 Linus has gone top. That was a quick lap from Linus. 1:13.460, and he got round quite a lot actually. So massively impressive there that he was out on the circuit. Let's turn the game volume up at the moment because we can't hear too much. Even in my headset we're struggling to hear from everybody. No engine sound? It should be. If you're hearing that, let me know. I'll be quiet for a second. And if you could hear that, let us know in the chat. If not, I'll press a button and it'll magically come back on via the bus mixer. Audio is all good. Thank you, Biggles. And that's Fire Cup in the new Red Bull team as well going forward. The Vapor Racing League. So it's the VRL League in the Red Bull Fire Cup 2005 going on. Gelato top at the moment in the Haas car, 106.599. F1 Linus in second and 106.825. And this is really where it gets complicated to keep an eye out on the circuit, or because the wet weather could come. That's the issue. Rain could come and affect the last dying moments of qualifying, so they've all really, A, got to be quick and careful, B, be competitive out there. So keep an eye out. Let's take a look at there. Yep, vote for your new leads as well. Better is the audio. It's very low. I think the safety car is coming in the race as well. But one okay as well. Hello, Blue Lion. If it's the audio is still a problem, let our admin team know and I'll get a message to increase or decrease. We'll have our introduction as well before the race starts to segregate the two of the session. So as soon as the checker flag comes out, we'll go back for our race league, introduce the session, show you all of the standings once again, and then we'll go as the formation lap's on, so we have a number of time to go. We'll even show ComCam on the formation lap. And I do want everybody in that group chat, and I'm not kidding here, I'm really not. Everybody in that group chat down below, when those 5 red lights go out, I want everyone typing go, go, go for the great Murray Walker, who sadly passed away yesterday at age 97. I want that in that group chat. Even I will be saying go, go, go. King Kuject says, who says safety car first round? Yep, looks good. We need Aston emojis, said BBB as well, because the safety car is there now sharing duties. Aston Martin and Mercedes over in 2021. Benny Cadillac on a time, but already lost a hit at the back of the track. It's unusual to see the 2020 cars after spending 3 days looking at the 2021 cars. It is a bit of a tricky thing to get used to, actually. Warx Rage on board with the AlphaTauri now in the 10th place at the moment. He too has lost his lap time, so nobody actually having a look out there, it seems, on the track. Rest in peace, Murray, as well. And Murray Walker, rest in peace, says, Seymour Biggles Pillay, what an awesome tribute to Murray, great idea. And Dustin also says, rip Murray as well. Yeah, why not? Let's get it in. First race we've done on the channel since Murray's death. Let's have a go, 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 a proper enthusiastic one as well. And I'm going to give it all the Murray treatment throughout the race as well, as there'll never be another Murray Walker, ever. And a voice known in Formula One around the world. And the Formula One feels a little bit less full in the past 24 hours, I can tell you that now as well. Warx now back on a time. Warx said he had a chance at pole here in Brazil. Let's see if he's right. Many of the chat also thinking he had an opportunity. Is he right? Is he wrong? That's what I want to know. Murray Walker will never die where we have... what is that? I don't know. While we have... Is that... I don't know. I don't know that one. Murray Walker will never die. We've got him in commentary for ages and ages and ages. Here he's going to grab pole, says NFL Media. Is Warx Rage. Well, let's see. He's coming into Zhengkao now. Up the hill we go towards the last corner. 106.599 is at the moment on top. And he's not pulling into the pit lane, but he's using that old line of the tight inside run. Warx goes third, 106.886 on his first proper run. Bear in mind, though, he was on 2 lap old tyres with the car that is in a tricky situation because 2 lap old tyres and the damage is on at the moment. So let's take a look. Shabby 2K. Oh, come on, guys. You're killing me today, driving it as well. Estoppel says, good evening, Josh. Good evening to you as well. Good evening. NFL Media says, oof, for Warx going into 3rd place. Seems like JG Gelotto has got something else up his sleeve at the moment. F1 Linus, though, is on a time. Let's cut to him if we can, because you know when F1 Linus is on a time, you need to take a look, because he's a 10th up already on JG Gelotto's time. Coming up towards Zhengkao. The driver seems to be taking a braking line that is off the actual track. It's on the dirt running there, and it seems to be working for them. Yep, now takes the pit lane entrance line, cuts below it. Tricky not to lose the lap time, but F1 Linus predictably does go to pole position by 3/10 quick on his own lap, but around about, what is that, 80? That's 80 hundredths of a second, 800ths of a second faster than JG Girotto on a 106.511. As well as everyone's voted as well for VRL, voted for VRL as well for this rebound, says at CBE Clips, vote GSP from Lower Bad as well. Get them in, we'll see it going forward. And if anybody was asking me during the pre-season test, for those of you who joined me in the commentary box for that, we'll take a look at Demio Insanity, who's lost a lot of time actually, so we'll take a look at Desepsky. Just go split vision here, because many people ask me, why do you always have water bottles in the commentary box? It's because A, we need to drink, but they always ask me, where did you get it? It's a nice tin one. Well, it's not today. It's a massive bottle of water that we've had throughout the day of broadcasting that's been filled up. So yeah, massive bottle of water is needed to lubricate the voice after 8 hours of commentating today, 24 hours over the last 3 days. This will be 26 hours at the end of this broadcast we've done. Desepsky stays 7th, doesn't improve. Speedy, number 25, goes into 9th place on a 107.521. And he's up, actually, at the second sector. So Speedy looking quick out there in the Williams at the moment. The new driver at the TNE Williams seat alongside Top Gun. Top Gun providing some entertainment last time out as well at the Italian Grand Prix. Downhill, keeps the accelerator on, because it's the run through Magullo. Up towards Zhengkao. That's where Kimi Räikkönen got lost back in 2012, went on to the karting pit lane and start line and thought that there was an exit gate there. There is, but that's where the Porsches were at the weekend. And Shabby goes 8th. 107.362 across the board. Very good time. Coming through at the moment, Laura Baldo asks, is Linus even human with those speeds? I don't think he is. Incredible speed at the moment. Dusk Colin asks, you have an amazing voice, honestly, very lovely. Thank you very much. And it means a lot actually saying that as well, especially because I think it sounds a bit gravelly today after the commentating. So I do appreciate that as well. TNE Esports, good evening to you. Our main National League Series champ leader, Andrew Lee, would be in the 105s here. So yes, Linus will be considered human. So already some rivalry there. TNE, second in the Constructors' Championship to GSP. TNE, if you can get your championship leader Andrew in, then yeah, bring him in. I know who Andrew is, don't worry. Just going to say that closer to the mic. BBB, your guys are complaining a lot though. Yeah. Well, what is an eSport league without a bit of complaining? What is teams without complaining? And one of them's from Williams, one of them's from Red Bull as well. And Racing Point. Racing Point did nothing but complain before they copied Mercedes' car for last year. Speaking of Red Bulls, here's our new league. Joining in, Fire Cop 205. I may have said Fire Coupe earlier, I do apologise. Dusk Hamilton goes 8th on a 107.24 rate. And Melon Roxo goes into 4th on a 106.911. And have to sit and wonder why they're complaining though. Honda M1, laughing with that one. There's still an open seat, Honda, if you want to join. PBB laughing at that, that's all in the group chat. Group chat's on fire this evening. Keep it civil, guys, keep it civil. As F1 Linus at the moment, 106.289, going well. Warx in second now, 106.5 is his best time. Damio Insanity looking quite good. Firecop's backed out of it. Is that Dusk Hamilton, I want to say, alongside him? It was. Hamilton at Glock Corner. That's interesting. And Zheng Cao back there as well. Drive Dead says, 106.511 for pole. My goodness, that's quick. Well, actually, at the moment, we're going down. Yeah, F1 Linus just went a bit quicker. 106.289 across the board. Improved his own time. So, F1 Linus is very fast. He said, oh, just went faster as well. Join us on our Discord as well. The link is in the Twitch chat below. As the cars begin to filter into the pit lane with 2:33 to go. Let's have a look then at Little Weeder at the moment. He's in 10th place. And coming up to Jean Cao. 2 tenths faster in his own lap time here. Looking good as he approaches the line. And Little Weeder across it. Goes ninth. 107.133 across the board as he comes into the centre S's. Cars coming back onto the pit lane now, though. 2 minutes to go here in qualifying for the 4th round of the BBB Champions League Series. And this could really be it. Has F1 Linus can take another pole position in a row. He's got a 106.289. He's still in the pit lane. He has another 30 seconds to leave if he wants to do a lap time. Or is it good enough? Because Warwick's Rage on a 106.570 is still behind him. Gelato is out there as well, looking good. The new leagues as well. Red Bull, 10th at the moment with Fire Cop. Melena Rogue, so in the Renault team as Dustin Hamilton as well in 11th. They're all out there and looking very competitive. 1 minute 17 left. Little Weeder's lost this lap time. And unless he gets on the track now, these guys, they're not going to make the cut. Oh, F1 Linus just leaves the pit lane. He's going to have to be so fast, but he's missed it. Warwick's Rage has missed it. He will not go back out onto the track. So now the battle is on to see who's going to go where in the order. Let's have a look at Mello Roxo as well on the track. Keeps accelerating, keeps pushing. Can they keep it over? I really hope they can. I really want to see what they can do. He's gone through. Oh, he's lost the time. Jean Cao. So let's take a look then. Coming up to Jean Cao with 24 seconds left. It's the run that we need to see. And it's the one and only F1 Linus, who seems to be having some form of insanity out there on the track at the moment. He crosses the line with 8 seconds left. And look at that. Warwick's Rage is on a lap time. Did he make it across the line? Checker flag out now. And he's missed it. He did miss it twice. He missed it last week and he's missed it again. Wow. Checkered flag will be out for him. He has missed it. Gelato goes second. And Shabby's out of the session as well. He's retired on the track. Mohamed Dutas too. So it's all down to F1 Linus, who's got an open goal. Gelato at 106.393. Cars retiring from the session. F1 is set to Fire Cup will start in 10th. Dusk Hamilton looks in 11th, but there's so many times still on the board. They've got to keep calm. They've got to keep pushing. Checkered flag, Gelato stays in second, Destepski is 4th, Top Gun 7th, Firecop 10th, Benny Callagh 14th at the moment, 107.538, he's taking the flag. F1 Linus, can he improve on his own time? 103, 104, 105 across the line, 106, oh he's 4 thousandths off his best time, what a match that could be. He's basically matched it, but it takes pole, a 106.289, F1 Linus on pole position at the moment. And Warwick's Rage, once again, even though we all saw crossing the line, might have timed it to perfection, so he too might actually take the line. But he's decided to box, his lap time was already out of it. So yes, where is the run for Melanie across the line? Oh, Mel Roxo is out, not setting a time either. So it's pole, it is pole position, a brilliant pole. Once again, for F1 Linus. We'll give you the grid, and we'll throw in as well to the podium. So here's the grid. F1 Linus, JG Gelotto, Warx Rage, Damio Insanity, Dasepsky, Melanie Roxo, TNE Top Gun, Mohammed Utas, Little Reader, Dusk Hamilton, Fire Cop, Faxland, Speedy, Benny Callag, Shabby 2K, Chris Carrazzo, right at the back. Right, it's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix of the Champions Series. It may look sunny in the pictures there, but let me assure you, the BBB race is about to get underway for the Champions Series, and it is wet, wet, wet. The drivers of this series, of the best, 10 leagues racing around, are going to have to fight 2.67 miles and 15 turns and 2 DRS zones in the absolute wettest conditions imaginable. This will be the first wet race we've ever had in the league, and I cannot get ready to get started. This is how they look at the moment on the board as well. If you want to go in for the Constructors and Drivers' Championship, F1 Linus leads on 69 points from TNE, Honda N1 on 52, Warx Rage on 36, Passassin 31, drop further back, 1 point still in it from Dylan, the Hazard, Benny Calak as well. Several cars still yet to apply, and of course we now have a Renault Series as well. GSP leads on 94 points to TNE Williams in terms of the Constructors' Championship. FE only 8 points behind TNE. PLR no longer in the race at the moment, and no longer for Red Bull 2. We welcome 2 new leagues to the fold. Welcome up to the commentary box. The cars are on the formation lap now on the track, ready to explode into action. You can see how much the wet weather is affecting them, and this is the starting grid to take a look at now as we go full screen with you. 36 laps is ahead of us. F1 Linus on pole position, JG Gelotto is second, Warx Rage is third, Damio Insanity fourth, and fifth Dasepsky. Melon Roxo is 6th, Tierney Top Gun 7th, Mohammed Utas is 8th, Little Weeder 9th, Dusk Hamilton is 10th, Fire Cop 2005 is 10th, we'll call him Fire Cop. From Faxland in 12th, Speedy 25 is in 13th, Benny Kalak 14th, Shabby 2K 15th, and Chris Narazzo is in 16th place. The cars forming on the grid now, ready for the start procedure. 36 laps ahead of us. There's your predicted strategy. If you're a two-stopper, lap 12 to 26 or 24 to 35. But really, these guys are wanting to go for a one-stop race. So, you can see there were lights, by the way, in the reflection of the water on the floor. But they should come on in front of us as well. And you know what to do. In honour of the great man Murray Walker, when those lights go out and the cars get going, there's only 3 words you can say when the lights go out. And it is go, go, go! Great start in the front for F1 Linus as they run down towards turn 1. Gelotto takes the lead into the centre S. Linus tries to go around the outside. Is anyone going to hit throughout the field? No, they all get through cleanly. Barson barging in the front. Gelotto's going to have a pressure from Warx Rage as well. I'm delighted to see the group chat all saying go, go, go as they head down towards Casino de Laga for the first time. Everyone now trying to balance out visibility as they squeeze up the hill towards It's Ferradora. F1 Linus leads the way. Shabby 2K has made his way up the field. He's now into 11th place. Fire Cops dropped 2 places at the start. F1 Linus leads the race from Gelato. Warx Rage there too. Some delighted starters, some delighted action as well. This is all going extremely well. Lucy Goosey from the Linus there. Yeah, from Reedy there coming in the chat. There's another look at the predicted pit stop strategy. Everyone looks to have got their front wings at the moment. There's a move from the McLaren further back. That was Shabby 2K trying to get through on Hamilton. Whether he made the move or not, we don't know. Let's have a look at all of the detail that you need to see. Well, wet weather tyres, that's obvious for everybody to see, isn't it? Out there at the moment, the conditions are horrible at the moment. And no, not true. We're running local leagues more and more. We're going to have more seats open for those saying in the chat. F1 Linus with a clear track in front of him, a 1:26.051. That's the fastest lap of the race at the moment. Going down as well. JG Gelato, though, is closing in as they come out of the last corner. It's right on board to get a visibility look at how bad it is. This is what the view they're going to have. You can just about see where F1 Linus is in the front. I hope they've got their driver tags tied on as well as they come into Casino del Lago. Look at how much oscillation is on the cars as well, turning in the amount of water. It's about 65 litres. I've got a 2-litre water bottle alongside me in the commentary box. If I pour that over my head, I'll still need 62 litres to try and describe the amount of water that those wet tyres are spitting up into the face virtually of these drivers. I've often said if they want 4D action, they should get someone to stand in front of them to spray them with a water gun, or turn their shower on and go sit in there to race. It's impossible. You'll be soaking wet at the end of lap 1 as well. Let's take a look back as Warx Rage having a battle with Demio Insanity as well. And there's a yellow flag out there on the track too somewhere. One of the Ferraris, Chris Nerozzo, has down the order as well in 16th place. He was running further back. We're trying to get off board now, but unfortunately we're stuck. So we're two at the front there as F1 line is going forward. Can't get through a lap. There's a move further back as well. Demio Insanity go for a move on Warx Rage on board. Trying to see how it go side by side. And almost as Desepsky's getting further back, Warx Rage going wide on the exit curve there into the Senna S. Keep it calm, boys. Keep it calm. Long way to go in this one. Yes, the online bets are off after this one. 80 litres. Yeah, that's thinking the tyres changed, didn't they? 2016 for 80 litres. Call that a Murrayism. In that case, I'll need 78 more litres poured over me to try and see what that's like. That is Top Gun having a bit of pressure, and Little Weeder gets a penalty for cutting the corners, and 3 seconds added on the first one. Chris Nerozzo, who had that spin, has now come into the pit lane. And I'm bumping around the commentary box here. I'm loving these wet conditions at the moment. There's so much action going on. Seymour says, Ali in the Mercedes. You are watching early on my YouTube channel there, Seymour, and you know exactly that. He respectfully declined and said that the 2 finest are in there as well, and anybody else finer than him. Personally, Seymour, you get in that car. Look to see what you can do in that. Maybe you and Benny can trade week on week, but at the moment, Demio Insanity now challenging, but at the front, it's a battle for the lead of the race. 3/10 the gap, and he's closing on him. JG Gelato has set the fastest lap as well at 1:19.451. He's found his conditions. Out of the Senna S. Dusk Hamilton passes Little Weeder. That battle still heating up. What's happened to Little Weeder? Little Weeder's off! Front wing managing to stay on, but he's gone through the virtual barriers. And Ferrari's day goes from bad to worse. Chris Nerozzo out early on, and now in the pit stop, and now Little Weeder down the order too. Great start from the 2 new leagues, by the way. Melano Roxo's in 6th, Dusk Hamilton is 9th. He's battling with Fire Cop in 10th in the Red Bull. Beautiful, beautiful. We're watching at the moment JT having a big battle with the GSP cars in front. Listening to them roar past. Oh, that's a good sound. No matter if you've heard it for 8 hours as well, even virtually in the wet, it's good. Fuel light on for Gelato, look, as well. It's amber at the moment. Yellow, 2 centres. It's a Ferrari. Is it Chris Nerozzo slowed down as well? The top 3 now separate. Yes, Chris Nerozzo has left the session. This could cause a safety car. Damio Insanity at 1:19.329 at the moment. Yellow flag still out on the track. No sign of anything else coming up. We go green again here at Interlagos. And look at JT. He is visibly close. They set the fastest first sector of anyone. What did F1 Liners do? Not well, actually. Shabby 2K has passed Speedy, so their gap decreasing now at the moment. Let's take a look on board. Clear visibility, as you can see, almost for F1 Liners. He's got nobody in front of him, but he's still got to watch for the puddles as well. And if you look further back, you can see JT and Damio really there as well. Warwick sort of dropped back ever since got past. Good run up the hill. There's a Ferrari there. There's the pine tree. Just alongside. Back through. Ferrari, Chris Rosso getting out of the way. And JT is going to have a really good run here at the moment. On board Cam, thanks from SoCan. Cam showing to come on JT. Yep, safety car this lap, many people says, nope. Somehow they managed to avoid it. Chris Rosso is coming to the pit lane, that's probably to retire. And the battle at the front, hotting up. We'll keep an eye on the midfield battle as well. That's going to involve Top Gun and Mohamed Utas. No one's done a Verstappen yet and moved round the outside into turn 3. Down the hill. Gelotto 6/100ths faster at the moment at this point of the track. Up the hill we go. Yellow safety car! Safety car deployed. Interesting. No one's off the track. Chris Nerozzo is in the pit lane. And that is a Renault coming down pit road. And, Mellon's in there, and Dusk Hamilton's there. So that's a safety car coming out on the track. So what's triggered that safety car? Fire cop 7 seconds down, so has he blocked the track? Has he blocked the track? Let's take a look at some damage. No, he's good on the front wing. I'm not too sure, actually. Could be damage on the front wing there. No, front wing's good. Interesting. So what's triggered that safety car? Nothing at the moment. All I can see is 5 seconds, and the field's very much spread out there. Utas looks okay. No damage to him. There's the biggest gap out there. F1 Linus doesn't take this opportunity to pit. None of us may. Astopper says the rain caused the safety car. Does Hamilton a 5-second penalty for severe contact with Fire Cup? As into the pit lane does come Mohamed Utas. Does he change the front wing? That's what I want to know. Let's take a look. If he changes front wing, he might have had contact. No front wing change. Just tyres. So yeah, it looks like the rain might cause this. Wow, is the rain getting that heavy for a safety car? And Ballum CGN says, worth to mention that Linus is driving without assist and still finds grip. Yeah. Faxland, who hit the back there, Fire Cup, did damage his wing. So, I'm very surprised that the safety car's been triggered by the weather. Very surprised. Okay, that's good. It is getting very heavy out there, as I'm sure even you can see. It was a bit dangerous. And there's sliding coming out of the pit lane as well. So the safety car is out due to the weather conditions. It must be. Must be at the moment. And Honda and one says Linus was running ABS on TT. Let's see if he is. ABS braking is in Formula 1 as well, so you can have that. He's upshifting a lot, so it might be okay. So safety car due to the weather. It is abysmal actually right now as well. The weather really is bad. I can barely. This is at cruising speed, and it's bad. That was a new update then, isn't it, for F1 2020? I've raced in the rain, and I've never seen that happen. So yeah, wonderful addition there. Safety car deployed due to the amount of water on the track. How real is that? At least it won't go red flag though, and it really is an abysmal amount of water out there at the moment. It's got heavier since the race started as well. How like 2001 this is as well, with the safety car coming out. TN Esports says the game isn't smart enough to call a safety car for the weather. Well, I'm not sure. Could be. Could be an update. There was an update a couple of weeks back. As Topple says, safety car caused by weather only in Brazil and safety car in 2020. In other games, also in Malaysia. Get your ready at RCM Gaming. Get your swimming costume on, boys. You're about to go swimming. Thank you, Astopple, for the information that it's only these 3 tracks of, well, in 2020, it's Brazil and Singapore, where if it rains too heavy, the safety car comes out automatically. Thank you for that information. That is wonderful to see. See, this is what I mean about esports. You don't have to know everything, but your fans will tell you stuff. Incredible. Thank you very much. It means an awful lot to me. Rain looks to be easing off, though, so maybe the safety car will come in soon. Well, they're saying that. Let's take a look on board. Oh, and he was trying to keep control there for Linus while also getting some tyre temp. Next year, in the F1 2020 game, a little weird against a 3-second penalty for multiple penalties, but he already had that, so he's on about 9 now. It's rain really bad now at the moment, so at least it won't trigger a red flag and stop the proceedings. The safety car will just trundle around for a while at the moment. I'd like to also point out, as I just put my coat on in the commentary box, that with this safety car, that original pit stop, which was due on lap 12, is going to go a lot longer. So they've got time now to save a lot of fuel, save their tyres, and if the rain is still bad in a few laps, approaching, I think, lap 15 if we're still under the safety car, get in, change tyres, and then you've got a sprint race to the end. How fab. Honestly, this is fab. Let's get off the onboard camera for a while. Even I'm getting a bit bored of it. I don't think F1 Linus does have any assists on, because he looks like he's struggling for grip even under these conditions. Curly says, "Sup guys?" Safety car, that's what's up. SC deployed and having to take extreme action out here. A lot of water on the track, a lot of water up here in the commentary box as well, actually. Fire Cop is good in the rain, says CBE Clips. He's down in 8th place at the moment. Doing impressive in his debut race in the Champions Series. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do next week when they've really got used to the series. Oh, that's proves no ABS is on there for F1 Lions. Big slide coming out of Magullo. And the safety car is in this lap. Ready, eyes, ears. As much as I like the safety car, sometimes it's way too slow. Admittedly, it is a swimming pool out there, but 90% of the time the safety car is way too slow. We're talking about too slow. Look at F1 Linus doing exactly what Barrichello did back in 2003. He loves a slow restart, doesn't he, F1 Linus? Backs them up way too much coming out of Magullo and Jean Cao, and it's 2x2 for sort of an IndyCar style restart. Here we go! And F1, oh, there's a crash, I think, behind as well. I can hear crunching a carbon fibre. Many cars drop down the order. Green flag, green flag. We're back to racing here at the circuit of Interlagos as Damio Insanity throws it up the inside of JT at the moment at the restart. Good move back there. Melanie Roxo as well on the back of Desetsky. And F1 Linus gets a clean restart. Honda M1 says NASCAR restart. Yes, it was 2x2. Ready RC Gaming says Linus 2, a bit too slow for my liking, especially in those conditions. Seymour Copan as well, way too slow it was. It was a 2x2 restart. Very Barrichello of 2003 here in Brazil when they did that. 2x2. Martin Brundle said at the time too slow, but not forbidden in game. So, yeah, it says Astopple. Yeah, sadly not. So slower restart as they like. Just can't overtake, otherwise you'll get that penalty countdown clock of 14 seconds to give it back. So now, all eyes turn to Damio Insanity as Faxland moves up to 11th. He's just passed Mohamed Utas. Utas drops to 12th. He's on new tyres. And watch out for those on new wet tyres as well. Shabby, Faxland and Mohamed Utas. And Benny Kark and Little Weirder. Well, Little Weirder's got 9 seconds worth of penalties at the moment, so maybe not look there. Infield battling incredibly close at the moment. We're ready to cut to that at any moment as well. We'll watch Top Gun who's going to try and have a challenge as well. He's always in the middle. Penalty inbound here in esports as well, says, yeah. Have to watch out for that one. Top 8 drivers didn't stop. They've all done 10 laps as well as Speedy. Speedy got caught up. He was too far back at the moment, so they're all having to play the catch-up game, it seems, at the moment as well. It's actually cut then at the moment. That's what I wanted to, but Damio Insanity is closing hand over the fist. Oh, Utas. He's stopped on the track. He's got going again, but Utas has gone for a little spin. And he's dropped down to 15th place as well. That's what brought out the yellow flag. He's caught up now with Chris Narazzo. Well, let's ride on board with Damio Insanity. Let's see how much spray there is on the track now. The rain's still heavy, but not as bad as it was when the safety car came out. And also, I doubt there is a minimum speed restart pace in the BBB League rules. There isn't. There isn't, unfortunately. Maybe we should keep it above 80. Pit lane speed limit. Damien's still not there as well. Shabby did pass Fire Cop as well. King Kujek, have a nice night and stream. Good night. Thanks for joining us. You can watch the rest tomorrow, Kujek, and see you actually joining the race, actually. Thanks for joining us. So no argument for a penalty. High, don't break. He didn't break a rule. No, he didn't. Does Campbellton, however, as has Benny Callach. The two have got a penalty of 3 seconds added on to their time at the end of the race. TN Esports definitely shouldn't be. Could cause a massive accident, likely 5-second penalties for contact due to the backing up of the field. Agree. Yeah, they should look into that actually. And yeah, also a reminder that as I was talking around earlier on, after doing it all and reading up on the new regulations, a quick reminder that in real F1 there isn't a lot of penalties thrown around as well. If there's a penalty on the track for collision, it's either drive-through or 5 second, they're added in the game more realistically. But in terms of a safety car restart, there's no actual limit in Formula 1 either. The actual rule is, thinking about it as well, that the leader of the race can dictate the safety car pace. He becomes the safety car, and a virtual safety car is now deployed to talk about that as well, as Speedy has crashed out of the race in the Williams for TNE. So TNE down to one runner with Top Gun. So safety car deployed, and he's crashed at the top of the hill where we saw an accident previously for Webber and Alonso. So that's right at the top of the hill. That's a nasty one there. So Speedy's out of the race, virtual safety car deployed. But yes, in a real F1, the leader of the Grand Prix dictates the pace at a safety car restart. He is the safety car. He controls how fast he can go. However, as remember, we saw that with Bottas and Hamilton going very slowly at the start as well. Live Circan says everybody should control the distance. Going slow is up to the leader. I think it was okay. Yes, but it's getting a bit too close. I do agree with that. It's getting too close. So maybe it's no penalties, it should be, as we go green again after the virtual safety car. But maybe a talking to is to say, come on, in these conditions, it's not wise to brake test people. In dry conditions, it's dangerous, but in these conditions, it could wreck a race. So maybe it's a talking to, but it's fair, but it should be frowned upon, really, in my own opinion. Ballon CGN says indeed, and Sokan says as everyone should control the distance. Ready. RCM says Lana should acknowledge he should be under investigation for the restart. Time sending now, get closer. No safety. No, there'll be no penalty. There's no rule for minimum speed in the game, so you can't have the argument to investigate as well here. If anything, there should be just a talking to from the stewards post-race about that, but we can't impose a penalty for what there is nothing in the rules. We're trying to be as realistic as possible. As Little Weirder is down the order as well. Benny Callach's up. Shabby's past Top Gun. Let's cut Shabby go through on the inside, coming into Casino de Laga. Very good move there. But yeah, just to put that to bed as well, Bottas wasn't investigated for that collision in Mugello, was he? And he was dictating the safety car pace there. So we'll investigate here. But the safety car, when he comes in, the leader dictates the pace. He becomes the safety car. That's in the rules. That's in the rules. Let's focus on the Grand Prix as well. But yeah, talking to I think is what should be fair as well. BBB saying as well, team managers apply the videos into the Discord and they will investigate. But I don't think it'll be a penalty, it'll be a talking to, if anything. F1 Linus leads by 0.8 of a second at the moment to JG Gelotto. A little interesting battle here. Shabby's right on the back of the Renault. Coming up the top of the hill, the Renault goes down low. Shabby's going to try and cut back through to the outside as well, moving it up. And this is very close as well. And Shabby's through on the inside, got past Top Gun. And Mellon dropped right back down the order as well. He took to the inside too much out there. And cost a few tenths of a second. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead of the race is close. 1.5 seconds separate them. Little Weeder gets another penalty. How unsurprising is that, unfortunately, at the moment? Oh, big slap of oversteer coming out of the top of Ferradora for F1 Linus. Big snap, manages to save it though. Here comes Damio Insanity now. Down through, turn 8 and 9. Coming up towards the back half through Mogullo. Now through Junkao. Pedal to the metal, flat out. That 15 of 36, approaching the half distance mark. 5 cups past Melanie. Melon Rocks. 14 up tyres though for Mellow Rocks. So they'll have to get through. And he's now indeed into the pit lane, so is TNE Top Gun. Oh, speeding the pit lane! Mellow Rocks gets 5 seconds added to the time. The battle though for the front beginning to calm down as the rain looks like it's easing. Mohamed Uta has 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Yeah, the rain is easing because 2 of the cars have gone to intermediates. 3, Utas on intermediates, Top Gun and Melanie Roxo on intermediates. They're going to inters. Big brain Top Gun, says TNE. Yeah, this is on PS5, this is on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. This, and any space for me in the leagues? I've got my own league, but would like to test myself further. Get in touch with our admin. Happy to have you in one of our leagues as well. Hopefully we can find you somewhere. Who's going to pit now? Is the track really worth it? 4 drivers now on intermediates. It says Krishna Razzo has just changed over to inters. Boxing is F1 Linus. Damio Insanity goes on, I think, to still. Is he behind him or did he come in? No, Damio Insanity takes the lead of the race. JG Gelotto gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Gelotto gets a penalty. F1 Linus puts on the inters. That safety car's on standby, isn't it? Look at it, it's just waiting for you. The track is drying. It's going to start drying, isn't it? I just look there, Balboa says track drying 10 to 15 laps. It's possible, isn't it? That rain looks to stop quite quickly. Maybe we'll end the race on inters after all. So F1 Linus is the man we're looking at. Well, the driver we're looking at here. Here is the inters. Let's see what they look like. A lap on board with F1 Linus to see what they're like on the inters. Well, if they're running with no assist, this is looking good here. For good car control coming out of 8-9. There's the palm tree, just in the background. We'll talk about it. There it is, look. I can get to the inside, just on the inside of the track. Ready? There it is. The lonely palm tree. And it looks okay. So Warrex takes the lead. Damio Insanity pits. Dasevsky pits as well. Has F1 last as Dasevsky gets a 5-second penalty. But the big question is, has F1 Linus pulled a masterstroke here to get back out in the lead of the race? It looks like he has. Carl's diving down pit lane. And F1 Linus will go through. Yes! So, Warrex Rage, 13 seconds will decrease dramatically. 1:18.482. Yes, it's Inters. Inters the tyre to be on. Inter's the tyre to be on. Ready, RCM Gaming says dry tyres by lap 28, question mark, could be. And MFR are out of the league, unfortunately, at the moment. And we're now watching as we look. Here's WarX leading the race at the moment, but has he waited a lap too late, or 2 laps too late to pit? He should have pitted the same lap as F1 Linus and Gelato. Gelato, though, has a penalty. Damien lost, another wets. Yes, wets. Damien Insanity on wet tyres as into the pit lane comes WarX Rage. Hey, the lock up on the brakes there, didn't you? As he comes down pit lane. And takes off the 4 wets. F1 Linus retakes the lead, a 1:17. Immediately beaten by Gelato, a 1:17.557. And Damien Insanity does indeed pit again, and he was on a new set of wet tyres. This is going to drop him right to the back. This is impossible now. Look at that, wet tyres replaced with intermediate tyres. Drops him right to the back. Game over. He'll be praying for a safety car. Hamilton goes through for Dusk Hamilton. And now we've got the closest battle with Shabby 2K passing Top Gun. Top Gun still in the slipstream up towards Ferradora. Big slide there from Top Gun. WarX Rage is closing in on Desepsky. Desepsky, though, does have a penalty, as does Gelato. We'll go through them in a second as well. Well, let's see at the moment. Just saw that the comment there from Stoppel saying GSP 1 and 3, but Desepsky does have a penalty. So look for WarX as F1 Linus a 1:17.488, going very, very well there. 3 seconds the gap. Lovely to hear the car down through the centre S's, a part of the track where if you were going to have some oversteer in these wet conditions, you would get it in that part of the track. So downhill, right, left. Curly saying, I don't know how he can do comms by himself. I struggle with my own. I'm better with a co. I don't mind. I can do races with a co-commentator or do it on my own or with just lead comms single. I can just keep talking. Like Murray Walker, I have been described by a fellow co-commentator of mine that if they went out of the commentary box, I wouldn't notice. In fact, they did, and I didn't notice, so that's proved right there. I feel like I could... Oh, safety car! Out of the race goes Little Weeder, and that is exactly what Damien Insanity needed after putting on the wrong tyres. A safety car bunches the field right back up, and he's right back into contention. Penalty free with several cars with penalties in front of him. And this is not what F1 Linus needed. And he's now, I think, too far behind. Yeah, he's going to catch the safety car. They've got 4 sets of inters now. I would stay. I wouldn't pit. Everyone's just pitted for new tyres. I would stay on the tyres I'm on now. No point going to a new set of intermediate tyres. No point at all going to dries just yet. Stay on the inters, keep them low with temperature, keep them cool, and then you're roasting going forward in the race. Insanity. Oh, and Utas has pitted. Utas going on to new tyres. We'll see what he does. And Kalakin too. So BBB boys thinking something else can happen. As we're on board with F1 Linus now. With a wonderful camera angle there. Wow, look at that one on the racing point. The Mercedes safety car in front. Seymour Coburn says Mahat is still out, 5-second penalty. Yeah, he's sitting out 5 seconds. And Emrad at 037 asking, anyone from Australia? If you are, get in touch. maybe it can give you a few tip or few. I'll tell you what, at Joshua Birch 99 on Twitter and Instagram. Get in touch. I'll give you some tips on the commentary as well. I'm happy to help. Maybe you can give me some tips on the commentary too. Always happy to help a broadcaster. Get in touch. Let's have a chat. I love it. Look how much F1 Linus is sliding around out there as well. And Stopper saying, where are my Germans? Dusk kind of says here. And as well, Blue Lion is up there. From Denmark is Pumpkin NOOO, double O, triple O, I should say. Now, the safety car will come into the pit lane if all the cars are within 10 seconds of each other. That's the rule. So we need to see where they're going to be going forward. I'll tell you what is weird, though, while we're under this safety car just between us viewers, is that I've been up at 5:30 every morning for the past 3 days to do F1 testing, as well to commentate. And it's going to be very weird tomorrow not getting up incredibly early and going through a normal routine. I'm definitely 110% going to have a lie-in tomorrow as well. So I won't be contactable before noon, I don't think, to try and gather some sleep. So F1 Linus leads on 4-lap-old intermediate tyres. That's right on board. That safety car in front does look beautiful, doesn't it, though? Good rendering. Look behind, and there is the angry pack of cars just waiting. Let me know, by the way, in the group chat out there on the live chat as well, would you like this camera angle looking back at all the cars for when the race restarts after the safety car comes in? I think that'll be a nice view to see the melee behind. Let me know if that's a good camera view. You know, the look back on board. Curly says, got 5 leagues to do this week, including racing. My goodness. We've got a BBB race tomorrow in our European Series, a German Series on the Wednesday, I believe, and starting soon, and the Sunday race. But I also, on my YouTube channel, do commentary for Formula 1, MotoGP, British Touring Cars, and Formula E, so it's always going there. A stopper, yes, please. Oh, I can. Raptor says no. Dusk says Dan. I'm not sure. Dan, Dusk, if you said yes or no. Stopper says yes. One vote for yes, one vote for no. NFL Media, my idea, Josh. Throw it, look back. Yes, let's do it. Yeah, let's look back. Let's look back. That looked good, I think. I think I can pull that. Yeah, I think I can pull the lead back, and it'll just automatically go. No sign of the safety car coming in, though. Oh, look at that slide on board with F1 Linus as well. They've got to be so careful. They really do. This is where the safety car was called in. All cars within 10 seconds of each other. Chris Nerozzo is lapped down. And safety car in this lap. Okay, guys, here we go. Here's the view you all wanted to have a look at. F1 Linus controlling the field. He's going 34 miles an hour as well. And he's backing the pack up. Look how much it is coming further back as well. 2 by 2 completely out there. We're riding on board with him. JG Gelotto just staying there. A little bit controlled more this time, F1 Linus. He's keeping it at 30 miles an hour. Very much 2 by 2. No sudden brakes. He hits the gas. Dasevsky, though, goes round the outside. Dasevsky takes second place before the line. He has to let Gelotto back through. And we're back to green flag running here. Damio Insanity is hit. Dusk Hamilton under the safety car conditions. Was that a result of the incredibly slow restart, as Dasevsky has a bit of a drama further back as well with War X Rage? As we come back on board, there's the clear viewing track with the front running there for F1 Linus, and it's mayhem further back as we keep running. So Damio Insanity and Dusk Hamilton both have penalties. Was Damio's penalty a result of that slow restart? as Mel and Melon Roxo's dropped down the order as well. Frank Flats up to 10th place, Fire Cop up to 8th. Got past Hamilton, Benny Calac up. They're switching positions further back. I want to see this camera angle. If we can get to it. Unfortunately, we can't at the moment. Oh, Warrex has gone through as well. And they're going side by side, midfield battle as well. Further up, this is Benny Calac going up the position as well. Warrex has taken third, but remember, Dasevsky has a penalty, so Warrex has technically got second. Calac fights it with Melo Roxo. Roxo going through again. Uta should really be led back through there in the midfield battle. Back up to the front here as well. This is amazing at the moment. A good restart with this. Everybody agreeing there in the chat. It seems to be a questionable restart as Dasevsky lunges up the inside. That's going to make contact for sure. They were so close. A cigarette's paper between them there. Warwick's Rage holds out as Dusk Hamilton and Benny Calac get multiple warnings and penalties now for cutting the track. And Gelotto, who is got a penalty, is closing in on F1 Liners. F1 Liners can drop to second, still win the race though. A few people there, that was not kph, that was in miles per hour, by the way, everybody. That speedometer there was in miles per hour. We did try and switch it over to kph, but it just doesn't seem to want to work for the stream, so it's in miles per hour, not kilometers an hour. So it was 35 miles per hour. We will try and change that for kilometres. We are trying to do that as Utas has been let through by Calac. It was a questionable restart though, but it was a lot smoother, I found, to what the first one was, where it was very much 2x2. But Damio Insanity making contact behind the safety car. Was it a result of that very much backed up restart? If it was, Damio might be calling for something there from the league, from the FE League. Damio hit the back of Hamilton, Dusk Hamilton. Lap 26 of 36, the rain's still coming down, so the chance of a dry track in 2 laps, slim. Well, to quote the famous Murray Walker, the chances of a dry track, which were previously nil, are now absolutely 0. How about that? 2 retirements, Little Weeder and Speedy, causing a virtual and a full safety car out there at the moment. And Curly offering the opinion here that I think a limit of 50 miles an hour should be set for a restart. Stopper says they say it's too slow for a restart with 34 miles an hour. Balboa says he's dominating, that's all. Seymour says a stopper not because of the rules, but it's raining. Guys behind could get multiple 5-second penalties. And Kelly also joining in saying rest in peace Murray Walker. Certainly we all echo that. These safety car restarts certainly causing debate there as well. For that you have to leave a space between the car in front. I think they were talking about there for the 50 miles an hour there. It's going to be interesting. We're going to chase up on this. We already know that we're going to look into it to see what can be done going forward. As Utas has been passed by Melanie Roxo as well, further back in the pack. Certainly, I'm going to be interested to see what we find out in the next week. Trying to find the next midfield battle. Tierney Top Gun behind Damien Insanity is really one to watch as well. Warrex trying to catch up. He's only 1.4 seconds behind JG Gelotto. So Warrex Rage on fresher intermediates as well has a very good chance of catching F1 Liners in the last 2 laps of the race. This is a top 4 battle, top 5 battle as well. In fact, I did Shabby 2K in that as well. Even I did Top Gun. The field very much still compressed if tyre issue is there. The chat tonight has been electric, guys. Loved every minute of it as well. Please do submit all your footage, by the way, team managers, to the stewards. I want to have a look at it as well. F1 Linus again, as a yellow again, 3rd sector, and it's Mohamed Utas who was slow, and he's been passed by Benny Calac. F1 Linus. F1 Linus then. He is leading the race and just set again for the second lap, the fastest lap. Guys, a lot of flattering going on in the chat as well. It's almost very heartwarming to see as well. Stopper saying thank you to all my friends here in Germany. Alex says, you're great. He is. Love your way of thinking. Well, guys, you are all very much lighting up the chat box tonight, and I've loved every second of it. So this has been fantastic again to broadcast with you. If you want to tip Curly, if you want a second commentator, look at the group chat. You'll have thousands of them. Want to make time go? Get the fans involved in the broadcast, get them asking questions. Answer those questions when asked to you. Really does help. First time viewing the stream, and it's been a great one. Definitely a regular viewer. Welcome on board. Tomorrow, 7:30 GMT, we have another league, our BBB original series run. As, like Murray Walker, excuse me while I interrupt myself, because Damio Insanity is having a go at Shabby 2K over 5th position. And Shabby will really be there as well. They're really going to fight hard, tooth and nail, in this battle. Stopper says, Josh, we are here to entertain you in the chat. There's only one Josh, says Babel. Thank you very much, guys. Can you send greetings to my friend Kaz Bratstall? There you go. Greetings, hello. Hopefully having a great evening. Oh, thank you everybody in the group. I'm reading that below as well. After a long day, warms my heart to see that in the group chat. Thank you. I love you all too in the group chat. Love my viewers, and I love our viewers here on the channel too. Into the last 7 laps of the race then. Damio Insanity we're on board with now. He's very close to the front there of Shabby 2K coming into the chat there. Oh, I think they want to see me in the box. Hello. Let's ride on board actually. You can see some live action as I'm going to try and commentate on this. Damio Insanity showing Shabby 2K as well. This is up in the box as well. I'm doing the commentary, trying to go there as well. So, hello everybody watching on the chat as well to come on FaceTime cam, or the com cam as we call it. Then we're watching Damio Insanity right there. At the moment, he's trying to have a go with Shabby 2K. Shabby doesn't have a penalty as well. We've got a yellow. That's Benny Kalak, it looks like, out there. Oh, it could be Mohamed Utas, who's a bit further back. But this is a cracking series, and it's a cracking league, and it's cracking all the time as Jazz Hamilton, unfortunately, has dropped down the order. That's enough for me on Comcam as well at the moment, because I need to look down and look at other monitors, and it's unprofessional at the moment as well. Thank you all so much as well in the chat as well. Who are racing for MFR? MFR, I don't think I'm in the league at the moment. Thank you for saying all the best. Safety car! Utas is out. He's at the top of Magullo and he has retired. So safety car deployed. And the same, and well, 5-second penalty for F1 Linus. No, don't do that to me. Seriously. And look at that, the safety car's in the middle of the field. The safety car causing chaos. F1 Linus has a penalty. That's just come up on the board, you saw it. 5 seconds worth of penalty. My goodness. He cut the corner and had collision as well. And I think it was speeding on the safety car. Wow. Well, Warx Rage, the winner, it would seem. He would be the winner on countback. He has not got a penalty inside the top 4. F1 Linus, a rare mistake here in the wet of Brazil, has delivered us with a mistake just as the safety car came out to recover Mohamed Utas's car. And we're going to have a sprint race. How 2019 Grand Prix do you want it? Restart of the last. Wow. Let's take a look at the chat there at the moment. Everyone's saying, happy to see me on the Comcam as well. Hello, everybody watching along as well. Thank you for the compliments as well. Hello. I think they love me. They do. And I love them as well. Great viewers, great fans as well. There's your time penalties, by the way. 5 seconds for F1 Linus. 5 seconds Damien Insanity. 6 seconds Benny Callagh. Several cars coming into the pit lane. Gelotto's out of the race. Gelotto drove into Linus during the safety car while I was looking down at the monitor. And now we had a glitch, so... Well, War-X Rage, even more so. I think I saw that, actually, but the brain didn't process it. He just, so yeah. Wow. JT caused Linus penalty, drove into the back, and just JT drove into Linus during the safety car now. And he's out of the race. Gelotto is out of the race now. So War-X in second place. Going to take the lead away from F1 Linus. Honestly, wow. Keep one eye on the monitor. Ready, RCM game. It says Rage is in the hot seat now. Wow. So that's what happened to cause the penalty for Linus. Gelotto hit him under the safety car. And then, unfortunately, Gelotto has crashed out of the race as well. I don't think we saw it because we were on a different camera angle, but Gelotto's out of the race. So, here we go. 4 laps to go. We count the lap we're on. 33 of 36. Curly says, Roberg had a commentator, had a comms tonight. New League 2 races, 7 safety cars. My goodness. You've just, hello, Roberger. My goodness, 7 safety cars. I think we've had 2. We've had 2 at the moment. So let's take a look at the tyres as they're being requested. Who's got the freshest int as well? It is Desepsky and Top Gun. They've got new tyres, so watch out for them. Hamilton does too, but he's got penalty, so we only really look out there for Desepsky and Top Gun to blast through the order on the last 3 laps. And watch out for War-X Rage to get through on F1 Linus and take the win on the road. Oh, F1 Linus, though, is going to do another one of those restarts, isn't he? This is going to be interesting. JT had 2 5-second penalties and just quit after retiring. I thought he retired onto the safety car because he was there, and then suddenly he vanished as well. So thanks for confirmation on that one there. There's the freshest tyres as well. Linus first time not podium. And ready RCM game says JT naughty. F1, yeah. F1 Linus, the leader in the championship, won the previous 2 races and been on the podium in all 3. For the first time, doesn't look like he's going to be on the podium. The safety car is in this lap. We'll stay off board for the restart. Oh, what the hell. Let's take a look. The guys love it. We love it. F1 Linus and War-X. Shabby 2K there as well. Shabby running penalty free. Shabby could still take this race win away from War-X as well. And the man leading the race will not be the winner with 5 seconds. Look at War-X immediately trying to go around the outside. Shabby going to the inside. No overtaking until the start-finish line for the last 3 laps of the Grand Prix. Are you ready? Are you steady? The green flags are out. The race is underway. Damien Insanity trying to go around the outside immediately down towards turn 1 on Shabby. That's not going to pay out too well. Look at the gaggle of cars into 1. Shabby has taken 3rd away. Damien Insanity touches the back. The Renault's going side by side. Flaxland and Melanie Roxo in battle there. So, War-X Rage trying to come down. Look at the back there. 3 abreast. 4, 5, 6 cars side by side. My goodness, as Top Gun indeed moves up into 10th place on those new intermediates. Desepsky down to 11th though. We're watching now with War-X Rage closing in on F1 Linus. They're certainly going to try and keep the battle together. Benny Callagh's off somewhere because look at that, he's dropped down to 11th place. He was running in 9th, he got forced out further back as well. Shuffled down the back of the pack. So now we're focusing on War-X Rage because he is the leader of the race. Shabby 2K, who was running in last place if you remember, has now managed to get up into 3rd. Damien Insanity not happy. Dusk Hamilton gets another penalty. We'll open up the penalties on the last lap as well. Top Gun's up into 8th. Hamilton's dropping down the order as we start the penultimate lap. 35 or 36. Everyone keeping it together. Shabby is going to try a last lap lunge, although Damio Insanity is right there to protect his teammate of Warx. No! Top Gun gets a penalty for multiple warnings on the fresher tyres. He was looking dominant. And now Destepsky looks to take that position, and Top Gun will fall right to the back, much like much of the field. All the penalties that remain in the race look to slump down the back as well. So if the stewards delete Lincoln's 5-second penalty, has he still won? Well, let's see if it will be deleted. I'm not too sure. Let's see the end of the race first. BBB racing are on. It's going to be an interesting one. I wonder if they'll protest GSP. They'll protest the decision from F1 Linus. If he got the penalty there, it'll have to be investigated. That can take a little bit of time. Warx Rage, though, if we can get past him on the track, there won't be a discussion about it after. I've got a feeling that this might create a little bit of controversy, you know. Last lap of the race here. F1 Linus are 1:16.217. JT Gelotto drove into the back of F1 Linus under the safety car. Linus got the penalty for that. And now they're going to have to wait and see. Because F1, I wonder though, is Warx going to back off 5 seconds and let F1 Linus have it? No, neither do I. I was voicing that opinion. I don't think he will. 1.1 at the moment, 1.2 though. So F1 Linus is going to push everything he's got to this. It'll be a miracle if he can keep the seconds, because Shabby 2K would go through it as well. He'll go through. It's going to be a very controversial decision, this one. It's going to be very interesting to see what they've got to say. F1 Linus comes out as young cow. He's led a perfect race. Has that penalty though for contact that wasn't his fault. JT running to the back of him. Shabby is going to take the podium. Warx Rage is going to take the win. The two cars are going to cross the line almost together. F1 Linus crosses the line to take the win, but a 5-second penalty means across the line it is victory for Warx Rage from Shabby 2K. F1 Linus does indeed finish on the podium, but now the question of the matter is, what exactly is going to happen as the rest of the field come across the line? Victory at the moment for Warx Rage. F1 Linus does finish on the podium, so he does keep that. Mikey says, why would it be controversial? You can't do anything about it. If you just joined us, he got hit under the safety car and the game gave him the penalty for the contact, but it wasn't his fault. JT ran into the back of him by the sounds of it deliberately. Victory though for Warx Rage at the current moment. Shabby 2K is second, and F1 Linus keeps on the board, on the podium at least, in third place. That record, 4 races in a row, still stands. There's the results as it currently is. Warx Rage, Shabby 2K, F1 Linus, Fire Cop finishes in 4th. Great race for Red Bull on their debut with a new league. Well done, Fire Cop. Well done, Renault on a new league day as well for Milo Ruxo. Fraxland, Damio Insanity, good fight back. Destepsky on those inters. Top Gun, Dusk Hamilton, Benny Kalak, Chris Narozzo, JT, Gelotto. A lot of people thinking that he's not done well today. Mohamed Judas, Little Weeder, and Speedy 25, sadly, out of the running order. Let's see what happens going forward. It's going to be a very, I do feel, controversial opinion, this one, and we'll see what it brings later. So welcome back up then to the commentary box to conclude that race. And unfortunately, I already know what I'm going to receive when I look at the iPad, aren't I? As well, a Stoppel saying these 5 seconds penalties are a joke. Yep, they seem that one was a bit harsh on the front there as well. Roberger, yeah, no, you mentioned, why would it be controversial? Says Mike Dim, one fan. Balboa CGN says, I mean, there's no way he keeps the penalty. Good race and well done anyone for seeing more. Balboa, it feels so wrong. Mike Dim, yeah, no, so it wouldn't be controversial to remove it. Stopper says, now another one can stand on the top of the podium. Fair play by Linus, but still wins. Good job. NFL Smith says, good job from me. Thank you very much for that. Cody says, good game. Very good job for me, says Doug Scotland. Thank you. 5 penalty points for JT. From Balboa says, maybe suggestion with that with the question mark. Milo XL says, good game. Well done from you. Finishing up there in fifth, sixth place as well. Good there. Dana Murray Walker and standing. Well, thank you very much, Curly, for that as well. That means a lot as well. I'm glad everyone as well took part in the go at the beginning of the race start as well. So, however, well done, Josh. It has been a controversial one, hasn't it? And thank you. We love you, Josh, coming through as well. Thanks, Josh. Incredible, entertaining commentary, says Estoppel. I'm not going to read all of these as well because it looks a bit odd to only give myself compliments there as well. Here's the calendar. So look at that. Austria, Canada, Italy, Brazil, all done. So, round 5 next week, the halfway stage of the season. A week before, and I feel like I know Bahrain intimately after doing 24 hours of testing and now coming back, and next week we're doing Bahrain. Bahrain on the 21st of March. The day the F1 season starts in Hungary, 28th of March. Japan will take us on the 4th of April. Followed by China on the 11th of April, Belgium on the 18th, and Britain on the 25th of April as well. Thanks, by the way, to the crew, actually. Well, I say crew. If you're on the YouTube channel, you know exactly who they are, who came in and managed to fiddle with the buttons in here to get the headset working. No interview at the moment. Let's save that interview, shall we? I think a group call interview might be coming to discuss this weekend's race. I think that'll be very interesting. Pre-race next weekend. Fingers crossed. So, as you can see, 10 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. GMT for all of the action. I want to go off the air with a couple of things here. We'll have an interview with Linus, I think, next weekend if he agrees. Get him to agree, guys, and we'll get him on the show. I think I'm going to end tonight on 2 things. 1, thank you all for the lovely comments in the chat as well throughout today. It really has meant a lot to me, and it keeps me going as well doing the esports and all of the other series as well. And 2, the most important, there's only one way we can end this evening, and that is talking about the man himself. Murray Walker, the reason I got into broadcasting, the reason that so many people around the world watch and love Formula One in so many different formats. He will never, ever be forgotten. And I'm so proud and glad to everybody who said, go, go, go at the start of the race. Thank you all for joining us here on BBB Racing. And now I'm going to go, go, go to sleep. And hopefully you can all have a go, go, go night. Good night. That didn't really work, did it? But have a great, great race as well. Listen to the community. We want interviews. We had an interview last week, and we're going to have them. We're going to have interviews. So don't worry. They're coming. And maybe we'll have the interview next week as well. We'll have it all in pre-show. We'll do a nice big build-up as well to discuss this week as well. So join us in a week's time and we'll get the interviews. We did have one last weekend and we've got the software ready. Just a lot of fiddling around to do before a broadcast. So good luck to everybody. Have a nice week. Have a safe week. And we leave tonight by saying one thing. Goodbye, Murray. Rest in peace. A legend of Formula One. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.